Flick has thus given game time based on merits, barring the three untouchables. Last season's form, for example, has been a key factor, with Rafinha logging in 167 minutes and Ferran Torres playing 159 minutes, the same as Pau Cubarsí. Competition is fiercest in attacking midfield. Dani Olmo has not started yet, but still totals 90 minutes. Fermin has 45. Between them sit Frenkie de Jong 90, Gavi 66, and Marc Casado 45. A spread that keeps legs fresh as Barcelona prepare for a long season ahead. Centre-back minutes are split among Cubarsí 159, Ronald Araujo 166, and Andreas Christensen 15. On the right, Eric Garcia has started fast on 175 minutes, while Jules Koundé eases in with 18. On the left, Alejandro Balde leads with 144, supported by Jofre Torrents 22. Robert Lewandowski made his comeback against Levante 14, while new signing Marcus Rashford has played in both matches 66. With Ferran and Rafinha setting early markers, competition across the front line should remain high. It is quite clear to see that the current squad depth at FC Barcelona is definitely commendable. Thanks to the depth in question, Hansi Flick has more options to choose from. Moreover, certain players are definitely stepping up as well to challenge regular starters. It's already becoming obvious that competition for places at Barcelona is heating up. Eric Garcia has once again shown that he's a serious contender for Jules Koundé's spot, proving he deserves to be in the conversation for regular starts. But it's not just in defense where players are under pressure. Even Robert Lewandowski could face a real battle to keep his starting role this season. That's because Ferran Torres has burst into the campaign in fantastic form. According to Sport, the 25-year-old forward has started both of Barca's opening matches, against Mallorca and Levante, and scored in each of them. Right now, he's averaging a goal every 79 minutes, making him one of the standout performers in Hansi Flick's attack. Moreover, his previous campaign for Barca was arguably his best one yet since joining the club from Manchester City. Despite having just 46 goals in 160 games for La Blaugrana, 19 of those goals came last season, thanks to an impressive average of a goal every 101 minutes. Hansi Flick's new selection headache at Barcelona. These performances and the trust of Hansi Flick make him a great threat to Robert Lewandowski's starting position in the team, even though he has now returned from his recent injury. Moreover, it also gives Hansi Flick a big selection headache moving forward. Barcelona youngster Roony Bardghji could be on the move this summer, with registration issues making it difficult for him to feature regularly at the club. It must be noted that despite showing great potential and professional behavior since his arrival, financial fair play restrictions are blocking his registration. This has led to growing speculation that the teenager might leave on loan before the transfer window closes. Return to Copenhagen complicated. Recent reports suggested a possible return to his former club, Copenhagen. While this appears to be a natural fit, it is far from straightforward, claims a report from Sport. One major obstacle is the way Bardghji left the Danish side. Tensions between the player's agents, his father, and the Copenhagen board created a strained relationship at the time of his departure. That history could complicate any negotiations for a return, though it has not been completely ruled out. Copenhagen did everything they could last year to secure Bardghji's transfer when he had only 1 year left on his contract, which expires in 2025. However, the players decided to leave. There are other options. Now, with the conclusion of the transfer window approaching, the player is eager for clarity about his future. Still, if a loan is the chosen path, Barcelona will not lack options. Several European clubs are monitoring Bardghji closely. While a move back to Copenhagen would give him familiarity with the club and former teammates, it could also mean competing in a less demanding league. For his long-term development, a move to England or Germany may be more beneficial, with clubs from both countries already showing strong interest. Barcelona are expected to carefully evaluate all offers in the coming days. Bardghji remains hopeful that his future can be resolved quickly, with his eyes firmly set on eventually breaking into the first team. So Jules, Barcelona may have started the season with 2 wins, but it's clear the bigger battles are happening off the pitch, with Rashford fighting for his permanent stay, Fort delaying Bardghji's debut, and Flick forced into tough choices thanks to Ferran Torres' form. The coming days could completely change the look of this squad. What do you think? Should Barca keep Rashford beyond this season? And will Bardghji finally get registered before deadline day? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more Barca updates every single day. Welcome back, Jules. The drama at Barcelona just keeps heating up. From Marcus Rashford receiving a clear message about his future at the Camp Nou, to Hector Fort's indecision blocking Rooney Bardghji's registration, and Hansi Flick facing new selection headaches after Ferran Torres' explosive start, there's a lot to unpack. Stick around as we break down all the latest from the Blaugrana camp, including transfers, squad rotation, and the fight for starting spots. Marcus Rashford and Man United have been sent a clear message by Barcelona over his potential to earn a permanent transfer in the summer, according to reports. Marcus Rashford's relationship with Manchester United boss Ruben Amorim completely broke down last season, to the point where Amorim even joked he would rather play his goalkeeping coach than use the England forward. As a result, Rashford was sent out on loan to Aston Villa for the second half of the campaign, where he performed reasonably well. That loan spell opened the door for another temporary move this summer, this time to Barcelona. The deal includes a €30 million purchase option if Rashford manages to prove himself. But things haven't started smoothly in Spain. He was left unused in Barca's first La Liga match against Mallorca, and when finally handed his full debut versus Levante, he was hauled off at halftime after a poor team performance. The Catalans found themselves 2-0 down at halftime against Levante with Rashford the player to pay the price for their poor performance as they went on to win 3-2. Explaining Rashford's substitution, Barcelona boss Hansi Flick told reporters, "Of course the second half we have to change something. Rafinha on the left side is our number 11. He knows everything about how we play, what we want to do when he has to come inside. I think we got the right changes. But of course when we score the first goal so early in the second half, it helps a lot for us and change the strategy." Despite his decision to take the Man United loanee off, Flick was satisfied with Rashford's contribution. He added, "I think Marcus had some situations in the first half where he showed how good he is and how he can help us." Commenting on Rashford's performance in the 45 minutes he got, Spanish football expert Guillem Balag told Premier Sports, "At halftime I think the experiment finished." Before adding, "I think his teammates need to help him. The team was a little slow with Marc Casado in the middle, so when he had the ball he only really had the chance to do his thing, which he did a couple of times when his explosive pace helped him to create a chance which he had that was well saved. I felt that he needed to understand that against a team that was playing very deep it required them to be a little more patient and required a player to play between the lines, and he's not that type of player." And now reports in Spain claim that Rashford has already received a clear message. If he wants to stay in Barcelona permanently, he must offer much more than he has shown so far. A member of the defensive ranks at La Liga giants Barcelona could yet depart the club in the final moments of the transfer window. That's according to journalist Helena Cundiz of Cope, who points towards Hector Fort as the player in question. Youngster Fort has of course seen the subject of his future take its place front and center in the media headlines surrounding Barcelona over recent weeks. This comes after word was forthcoming that Hansi Flick had opened the door to the versatile fullback's exit. To date, despite widespread interest, no club have gone as far as to tie up an agreement on the terms of a loan deal for Fort for the season ahead. As much means that the 19-year-old's future remains completely up in the air ahead of the fast-approaching transfer deadline. As per a report from the aforementioned Helena Cundiz, Hector Fort is undecided about his future. If he goes out on loan it will be at the last minute, last day of the market. With just a week remaining before the transfer window slams to a shut, Barcelona are actively looking to ensure the exit of Iñaki Peña, Oriol Romeu and Hector Fort. While Barcelona are likely to confirm the exit of Peña and Romeu soon, Fort's exit process has become a little complicated. Hector Fort indecisive about leaving. As reported by Helena Cundiz, the sticking point is Fort's own stance, with the youngster being hesitant about his own future. Cundiz reports that one day he prefers to leave, and another day he prefers to stay. This back and forth has paused the domino effect that Barcelona needs to trigger the registration of Rooney Bardghji. The club's internal equation is straightforward. Bardghji can be registered once Fort leaves. That outgoing would open the necessary space for the incoming addition to be registered. But with no definitive yes or no from Fort, the club cannot lock in the next step, which is to register the Swedish talent. Practically, the situation leaves Barcelona in wait-and-see mode. If Fort greenlights an exit, the club can proceed and ensure the registration of the key signing. West Ham United have been closely linked with a move for the young right-back, who was set to sign a loan deal with the Hammers. However, nothing has advanced since, and with the clock ticking, Barcelona must go ahead and pressurize Fort further, if they are to ensure the registration of Bardghji in the near future. The coming days therefore will prove to be critical as Barcelona look to complete the exit of not only Fort but also Peña and Romeu. Barcelona have started the season with 2 back-to-back wins in La Liga, as the club looked to defend its league title. Coach Hansi Flick, though, has not been particularly impressed with the team's performances so far, even warning the team after the 3-0 win over Mallorca. Keeping that in mind, it is perhaps no surprise that Flick has shuffled his team more prominently this season, with only 3 players playing the entire 180 minutes so far. A deeper look at how Flick has rotated this season. As highlighted by Mundo Deportivo, through the opening 2 league games, only Joan Garcia, Pedri and Lamine Yamal have played every minute, 180. This is indicative of Flick's message to the squad that this is less about a fixed 11 and more about a deep squad ready to contribute.